Hey, Tim.
Hey everyone, let's make sure everyone can unmute themselves. Yes, make co-host.
Yep. Can you hear me?
Yes. Hi, Zach.
Hey. Hey, Tim.
I'm Emily.
Nice to meet you, Emily.
Okay, we have somebody. So people may join as we're going here as well. I'll just let people in as we go.
Hello.
Hey, Tim.
Hi.
Hi, Tim. Thanks for joining. I'm Emily.
Hi, Emily.
All right, I'm just going to play a quick ad and then we will get started.
Okay.
I'll share my screen. If for any reason you can't hear, please let me know, but you should be able to hear. Okay. Slideshow. Here we go.
Thank you for attending this Connect Together event. During this event, we have automatic closed captioning available. Please go to the bottom of the Zoom meeting, click Live Transcript, and then Show Subtitles to turn them on. Before we begin, we'd like to take a quick moment to let you know how you can join an opinion research panel made specifically for British Columbians living with disabilities.
For 25 years, the Disability Foundation has been fostering meaningful experiences for Canadians with disabilities through outdoor recreation, social connectedness, innovative adaptive devices, and more. Today we are asking, how has the pandemic affected you? Help strengthen decision makers' understanding of your needs and experiences by joining an online opinion research panel consisting solely of people with disabilities and their caregivers. Make a difference in your community today. The Disability Foundation. Reimagine what is possible.
Did you know? Young adults with disabilities have a harder time getting hired. Break down barriers by sharing your story. Take our survey.
All right, and I will hand it over to Jay's Care. Rachel, you want to start us off?
Awesome. Well, thanks so much for having us. We're super excited to be here today to talk all things Challenger Baseball with Tim, our provincial coordinator of BC, and my colleague, Zach. So I'm just going to share my screen here, and then we can get started and talk a little bit more about Challenger Baseball and Challenger Baseball in BC. If I'm able to share my screen here.
Let me see. Let me just make sure you have permission. Yeah, you should be. I'll just make you a host here and that should work.
Awesome. Thank you.
Rachel, make host. Try that now.
Perfect. Okay. Bear with me while I share my screen. Despite being 2 years into the pandemic, sometimes we still have some issues, some tech issues. But like I said, welcome everybody. We're super excited to be here today and talk all things Challenger Baseball. Before we get started, I just want to quickly acknowledge that Jays Care Foundation is on the traditional territories of many nations, including the Mississaugas of the Credit, the Anishinaabe, the Chippewa, and the Haudenosaunee, and the Wendat peoples, and is now home to many diverse First Nations, Inuit, and Métis people. We're super excited again for all of you to join today. You can introduce yourselves in the chat, maybe tell us your name, what you're hoping to get from this information session. And I'm going to pass it over to Zach, who's going to talk a little bit about what Jays Care is and what we do here.
Perfect. Thank you very much for that lovely introduction, Rachel. So at Jays Care Foundation, we are the charitable arm of the Toronto Blue Jays. And our whole goal and mission is to level the playing field for children and youth across Canada that are facing some sort of barriers. So the main demographics that we do deal with, or that we do work with, are Indigenous children and youth, girls with limited access to sport, or individuals that identify as girls, individuals living at or below the poverty line, and children and youth and adults living with physical and or cognitive disabilities. So that's what we're really here to talk to you about today, is Challenger Baseball, which is our adaptive baseball program designed for individuals with disabilities. So here's a little bit of our reach. These are all Jays Care programs, but last year we reached about just under 27,000 children all across Canada within 13 provinces and territories. And with that there, with the, within COVID, we also had the opportunity to adjust a bit of our focus to help with the food insecurity within Canada. We gave out about 28,000 meals to different families within gift cards or some of the programs that we did offer. So this here's just a little bit about our region, a little bit about Challenger Baseball. If you'd like to find out some more information about the other programs that we do offer, please feel free to visit our Jays Care website at jayscarefoundation.com.
Awesome. So our goals for today, we hope you leave here knowing what Challenger Baseball is and what the impact of the program is. What are our different Challenger Baseball streams and how can you get involved in BC?
So it's just a little bit about our why and the motivation behind the statistics behind the programming that we do offer. So some of the more surprising ones is that 53% of children and youth reported having no friends. And this here is pre-COVID times. And you can imagine what those are now during COVID when everybody is feeling a lot more isolated within our own homes. I don't know about BC, but I know in Ontario, we have been in about lockdown for 2 years now. So it has a big impact on a lot of individuals' mental health and physical health. So we really want to try to get athletes, off the sidelines, get playing, get active, and especially now more than ever. So one more stat that I'm going to point out here is that reports show that 53% of individuals living with a disability have not participated in any sort of sport and recreation. And this is in comparison to 87% of the general population. So we really want to try to build on these stats and try to reduce those distance between those two stats and level the playing field for everybody and giving access to adaptive baseball to everybody within Canada.
So just kind of like Zach mentioned there, how does Challenger Baseball work to combat these issues? So Challenger Baseball is an adaptive baseball program designed specifically to empower children, youth, and adults living with physical and or cognitive disabilities. The program is designed to teach core life skills such as teamwork, communication, determination, support, and courage. It's a sport for development program, meaning that we focus more on developing life skills through baseball rather than developing baseball skills. And our 4 core goals of Challenger Baseball are courage, love of sport, independence, and connection, which is awesome.
So these here are just some testimonials or some impact reports from some of the things we've heard from our families and children and youth and adults within our programs. So you can see that we do have a huge impact on those that we do work with on a daily basis. And we really want to grow those numbers. I see 100% of athletes felt like they were part of a team, which is amazing. But our goal is to get all 3 of these stats to be at 100% and really ensure that all athletes that come onto the ball diamond feel like they are a part of the team, have a jersey or a t-shirt to have the same as everyone else in their teammates or on their team, and really have that connection, teamwork, courage, independence being built out, not only on the ball diamond, but really hoping that they can take it off the ball diamond into their everyday lives.
So Zach kind of talked about the impact, and these are just some of the quotes that we've received through our feedback. One I really want to highlight is from our Challenger Baseball athlete in the bottom left-hand corner. They said, "Thanks for allowing us to be able to be on a team where we can feel accepted and be able to play despite the challenges that we face with a disability." So I'll give everybody a moment to take a look at the screen and see some of the really impactful quotes that we have. This program has changed hundreds and thousands of people's lives, from those who volunteer as a buddy or a coach or a league coordinator to the athletes themselves. The impact is wide and it's really important.
So our main goal is to really have year-round programming for individuals with disabilities. So when doing that, we've kind of broken our programming into 3 different streams. So we'll go into it a bit deeper about how these streams work. But the first one here is our affiliate schools program. So that's within schools. We have our community partner program where we partner with pre-existing organizations. And then we have our outdoor leagues and programs, which Tim Hall, who is actually on this call, will be speaking a little bit. is the amazing human that oversees all of our outdoor leagues within British Columbia. So this is just a very quick overview on the 3 programs, and now I'll dive a little bit deeper into how these streams work and how you can get involved within the 3 streams. Perfect. So our affiliate schools program, this here is where we work with educators to implement Challenger Baseball into their curriculum or into their classrooms. So we currently have about 150 schools all across Canada implementing Challenger Baseball within their schools, and 12 of those are in BC. So we would really love to get those BC numbers. So if you are an educator and you are interested, please feel free to reach out. But how it works is you will go onto our Jays Care website and you're able to register for to run the program within your school. We send you this amazing package that has picture exchange communications, a banner you can hang up in your gym, a t-shirt for the coaches, and it's really just a program for you to implement within your classroom. We give you all the training, the equipment, the resources, and the lesson plans to run 8 weeks or 8 sessions of programming, and we don't mandate how you run it within your classroom. And we know that every classroom, every school is run a little bit different, and we really give you the freedom to run it however works best with you in your classes. And this here we do run in partnership with Challenger Baseball Canada, Little League Canada, and Softball Canada. And now our community partners, it used to be called Implementing Partners, but is now being rebranded into our Community Partners program. In this one here, we have about 30 implementing partners, 7 of which are in BC, and these are actually being launched this week. So the registration is going to be live on Friday. So if you are interested, or if you are an organization that is looking to incorporate some more adaptive sports or adaptive recreation within your programming, please feel free to check out our website, or you can send me an email. I can write my email in the chat here, and I'm happy to connect to let you know how you can get it started. But really what we do here is we partner with pre-existing organizations such as adult day programs, summer camps, anything that is running programming within their organization, and we teach them how to run Challenger Baseball, and their staff are the ones that are on the ground running it as part of their programming. So very much like the teachers or the educators, we provide the 8 sessions, we provide all the training, all the equipment and the resources, all free of charge. And all these organizations really need to do is implement the program. Within this stream, we also do have our sustainable program grant, where you're able to receive $35 per athlete to go towards programming or go towards your organization. This is a grant that we complete, or we do offer once you do submit some of the forms that you need to throughout the presentation, or throughout the, not presentation, throughout your programming.
Hey, so now that we talked a little bit about our school affiliate program and our community partner program, we're going to take a deeper dive into our outdoor leagues. So our outdoor leagues work similarly to a Little League or any other kind of rec sports in your community. We have over 109 leagues across Canada, and we have 24 leagues in BC. Our goal this year is to have 150 leagues across Canada, and we're hoping to grow all across Canada and get 41 new leagues. So that is our goal for this year. The program runs in conjunction with Baseball Canada and Little League Canada. And I'll talk a little bit more about the specific programs in our next slides. So how does Jays Care support Challenger Baseball, and what do we give Challenger Baseball leagues to make our athletes feel great and also to make the program sustainable? We provide $35 per athlete. So hopefully that will cover the costs of any kind of fees associated with joining the league. We also provide all leagues with a $500 startup grant. So when they start up their league, they get $500, and they can use this to purchase anything they need for their leagues. For every league that starts, we provide them with over $800 worth of adaptive baseball equipment. There's some pretty cool equipment involved. We have different Velcro gloves. We have honking bases that work when you step on the bases. You can hear them, which is pretty cool. So tons of different equipment that we provide as well. And we also provide uniform and hats for all the athletes. We provide all of them with a Toronto Blue Jays t-shirt and a Toronto Blue Jays hat to hopefully make them feel like a big leaguer.
So this here is how we kind of plan out our sessions. This is called our program wave. And this here you can kind of think of as a program plan. But really, the whole purpose of this is to imitate the heart rate of the athletes while they're at our programming. So when they come, they start at the fun welcome and warm-up games. And this here is really low intensity, just kind of breaking the ice, getting everybody all familiar with the space. We then move into the fundamental skills. And this here is where we start to pick up the activity level and start to get those heart rates rising. At the very top, when we are at our peak heart rates, is when we actually do some more drills and skills or play a fun baseball game. We have a bunch of different variations of baseball that you can play, as well as, you know, the typical baseball game that we all know and love. And then as you kind of bring it down into the cool down, this here is really a time for them to really lower their heart rates, cool down their bodies, maybe do some stretching, do some more fun activities, and then off on their way. And this wave here can last anywhere from 15 minutes to an hour, all depending on your session. So it doesn't really matter if you use this or not. This is what Jay's Care kind of gives you to help structure your sessions. And it is up to you whether or not you choose to actually follow the program wave.
Awesome. So who can get involved in Challenger Baseball League? So there's kind of 4 different avenues of how you can get involved. The first one is being athletes. Those who play in Challenger Baseball, they can be all ages and all different abilities. Different leagues run differently. Some leagues may have junior and senior teams. Some leagues, all athletes of all ages play on the same field. It really just depends on the league that runs in your community. You can also get involved as a buddy. So a Challenger Baseball buddy is a volunteer who provides one-to-one support for athletes. Again, this varies from community to community, but sometimes we see it being the athletes' families. It could be the local Little League team or just people who want to get involved with Challenger Baseball. And most leagues are always looking for volunteers. You can also be a coach, depending on if your league needs coaches. We say that there's no baseball experience required. Before this job, I had never played a day of baseball in my life. And now I think I'm okay at the game. So even if you had no experience coaching or no experience in baseball, you can definitely pick it up quite easily. And then one of the last avenues is a league coordinator. So a league coordinator is someone who starts a league in their community. Again, we're looking to grow to 150. So we're always looking for league coordinators as well. I'm going to stop sharing my screen here for a second. We've kind of talked a lot about Challenger Baseball, but sometimes a video can say what we are unable to. So Zach is going to share a video about the impact of Challenger Baseball and the impact it had on this community. Awesome. Was struggling to unmute myself there, but that kind of just, I think, sums it up quite nicely of the impact of the program and how Challenger Baseball works. A lot of those clips were actually from one of our Challenger Baseball teams in Peterborough who got to go to the Little League World Series, which is a really cool experience. Before we pass it over to Tim to talk a little bit more about Challenger Baseball in BC, we just wanted to share another resource with you. On our website, on our Jays Care website, we have a video resource bank of 90 different activities that you can play outside or inside with a bunch of different adaptations and how those can work. Can you see my screen, Zach?
We can see it now.
Perfect. Okay, so this is our resource library. And if you click on any of these videos, again, you can see some of our Challenger Baseball games that we have in our manuals, how they work, and how you can adapt them to athletes of all different abilities and needs. So just another cool resource or tool to put in your toolkit. So that is kind of just Challenger Baseball in a nutshell. Does anybody have any questions before we pass it over to Tim to talk about Challenger Baseball in BC? Amazing. We'll pass it over to you, Tim.
Okay, I had to unmute myself there too. Sorry. Yeah, so I'm Tim Hall, and I'm from BC. I've been the provincial coordinator here for a couple of years. I've actually been involved with Challenger Baseball for over 8 years. I started the league in Abbotsford. I'm a coach and league coordinator in Abbotsford as well. So I'm very familiar with how the leagues operate and how they run. I've been ordering uniforms and organizing buddies and doing all that stuff for a long time now. My daughter has a disability. She plays Challenger Baseball. And it's the reason that I got involved. I used to coach my son through baseball, and then when my daughter was born, I started Challenger Baseball in Abbotsford, and we've grown from 12 athletes to over 60. Of course, we've been, that video made me miss it. We've been off well, we missed a whole year, and we had 40 athletes registered last year in Abbotsford, and we did an adaptive style. We played on the field, but we did small groups. And this year we're looking to go back now with outdoor sports and less restrictions. We should all be playing again, as far as I can tell. It's a little early, but registration is open in BC. We, like Rachel and Zach mentioned, we have 24 leagues. Last year, 7 out of 24 played. I'm hoping all 24 will play this year. And the best way to find out where a league is to go to the website that was in the video there, the challengerbaseballcanada.ca. If you go under, find a league, you'll find and put in BC, you'll see all the BC leagues in there. Each league kind of manages themselves. So there's no centralized registration. You basically find your league and you contact the coordinator for that league and ask, how to play and how to register, and they will have their registration. So you'll deal with the league directly. So that website's important. And then the buddies is a big part of how we play Challenger Baseball. So you saw in the video there, but every league does it a little bit differently. But most leagues use other baseball teams in the community to be buddies for each player, so they can help with pushing wheelchairs and helping, hitting the baseball and doing the warm-up drills at the beginning and things like that. And from my observation in BC, most leagues play a regular style baseball game. So it's basically like T-ball rules, and then it's adaptive. So, speaking from experience, we will throw lots of baseballs when we play. So, when the balls hit, there's usually a huge cheer, and then we will throw out a whole bunch of baseballs so everybody can pick up a baseball, throw a baseball back, and things like that. It is basically 4 to adults, so there's really no age restriction when it comes to playing Challenger Baseball. And I'm speaking about the outdoor league specifically. I'm not involved in the school programs, but there's really low to zero barrier to play Challenger Baseball. Abbotsford is the $0, fee, but they range, like the video said, from $0 to $30, $35, things like that. Most leagues play between 8 and 10 sessions, and those are once a week, generally an hour to 2 hours. There's generally no practices and things like that, because the idea behind this is to come out and socialize, meet new friends, be part of a team, and have some fun activities and exercise and all the positive things that go along with being on a team sport and that kind of thing. It's more about the experience than the actual skills of baseball. And then also just wanted to mention that in BC and a lot of provinces, but we've been doing this for many years, is we have an annual BC Jamboree. So it's a provincial wide day where we do like a fun baseball tournament. So you come out with your team and we pick a new host city every season. So this year's Mission, they've been waiting 2 years to host it. So this year's Mission BC, and you know, we will, because of our great partners like Jace Care and Rogers, and the fundraising we do, we subsidize the travel. We're able to subsidize travel for the teams that have to come from the island and up north in the interior and things like that. And if they have to stay overnight, that kind of thing. But and we've had it in Kamloops, we've had it on the island, we've had it kind of all over BC, and it's usually about 600 or so athletes that come. And we basically, every team plays 2 games, and then there's food and there's some fun activities and just an exciting day. And it makes you feel like you're going to a tournament and doing the whole team trip with your buddies and that kind of stuff. It's a really fun day. It's a lot of volunteers that go into that, and it's a massive organization thing, but it's a lot of excitement as well. And so usually most of our leagues participate in that, even if they have to come from the island and all that kind of thing. And like I said, about 600 athletes or so will participate, plus the coaches, volunteers, and buddies. So it's, you know, we've had some big jamborees where there's like 1,000 people there type thing. So it's a lot of fun. And then lastly, like, you know, all this kind of being able to do all this in BC, we do have an annual golf tournament, and it's our fundraiser every year. And it's put on and supported by Rogers and Jace Care. And it's basically what helps us raise the money for the BC Jamboree, and also being able to subsidize the teams and their operating expenses throughout the year. So we try to keep all the fees as low as possible, so that it's, again, very low barrier to join and play and enjoy it. We don't want cost to be a factor. So thankfully for that annual golf tournament that does so well, and we're able to do that. Yeah, I mean, I don't really have anything else to add other than that, but you know, I'm listed on the website under, you know, the challengerbaseballcanada.ca. So if you have any specific questions about like BC, or you can't get a hold of a league or anything like that, you can email me directly and I can point you in the right direction. If there's somebody out there interested in starting a league in your area, you can also email me and I can work with Jace Care, and we'll make sure that we get the right information to the people there. Yeah, nothing else I can think of right now, but just thank you for your time, and thank you for having us. And I just appreciate being here, and I always like talking about Challenger baseball. So yeah, please reach out to me if you have any questions.
Amazing. Thank you very much, Tim. I just want to show you that find a league that Tim was talking about here. So if you go to our Challenger Baseball website, which is challengerbaseballcanada.ca, this is what our main page looks like. Rachel, can you see this?
Yep, you're good.
Perfect. And then under leagues here, you can look at find a league near you. And then luckily, British Columbia is the first one here. And this is Tim's email here. And Tim, I see there's a request as well. If you don't mind putting your email in the chat, and families can get a hold of you through there too. But on here, you can see all the leagues within British Columbia. And if you don't see one there, you can always start one within your community. It is very easy. And we have all the steps to make it even easier for you to get started within your community. Sorry, just gonna share my screen one more time here. And to end us off here, I know we've talked a lot from the league perspective, but I really want to show you another video, which is from one of our leagues here in Ontario, and it really follows one of the families and the impact that Challenger Baseball has had on this family here.
Today's game features the Red Sox taking on the Pirates. Leading off the game for the Red Sox, number 4, Jack.
Hold the ball. Say, my name is Jacqueline Kerr.
My name is Jacqueline Kerr.
Jack has autism, and he's always been very, very social. Whenever he was challenged at something, he would kind of shy away. Here, he's just blossomed in baseball. He's gotten out there, he hits and he runs, and it's really helped his confidence.
I'm Paul Doherty. I helped start this organization about 10 or 11 years ago. Challenger Baseball is aimed at children with cognitive and physical disabilities. This is an opportunity that helps them enhance their lives and brings them into social situations that will benefit them for life.
Big hit advances the runners and a run scored.
It's so nice to see him getting along with everybody and just being a part of a team. We've tried other team sports before. This is a different team and he loves it. He loves his coach and he loves his friend Logan on the team, and they just are really great.
There it is! I always remember one of the parents telling me it's a socially safe environment for their kids. So when they go and play with regular kids, they're subject to criticism, and there's none of that here.
When you have time off, right? You don't lose it. Yeah.
We went to a baseball game too, didn't we? Jack didn't know Logan very well, and we went to the game and we were sitting in the box with the foundation, and within 10 minutes the two of them were sitting up at the front of the box, screaming their heads off and best of friends. And it was just amazing to me to see the opportunity that these kids get and to be able to make friends, and oh gosh, I am gonna tear up. Do it without any kind of limitations that sometimes their life has. Sorry.
Go!
The laughter, the joy that these kids have, that just, as a coach, it's invaluable. It's unbelievable.
Now, one of the things it does is it does wonders for their self-esteem, yes.
I will play fair and strive to win, but win or lose, I will always do my best.
Go! Run for first base!
I have seen those videos thousands of times, but I feel like they are really what can sum up the magic of this experience. But just to echo what Tim said, thank you so much for having us. We really appreciate the opportunity, and just thank you to people like Tim who are so great and volunteer so much of this time to make these incredible programs happen. Zach and I will also put our emails in the chat if you have any questions about starting up a league or how to volunteer. We're always happy to help. But thank you so much again. We'll give you back some time in your day.
Thank you so much for being here. It's such an awesome program, and it's an awesome thing that you guys are doing. So thank you for taking time out of your day to share with us the opportunity. And as I said, this will be on our Facebook page and our YouTube channel. You can check out our other programming at connectra.org/events, which I'll also put in the chat here. And I'll make sure to share the link to the video with you as well, Rachel, so you can share with your community. And yeah, let's just keep sharing our resources, because it's an awesome community that we're building together.
Thank you.
So thank you so much.
Thank you.